Hello and welcome to the Week 10 lecture for Organizational Behavior. This recording will be conducted by Syeda. If you look into organizational structure, this is relatively the unchanging feature for any organization, which consists of the way activities and components part are grounded, controlled, and coordinated in order to achieve specific aims and outcomes. If you look at the organizational structure, certain things should be ensured that tasks occur in the correct sequence or order, the monitoring of activities so that control and coordination can occur, the decisions are taken at appropriate points so that any necessary adjustments can be made within the due time frame, that responsibilities and authorities for completions of tasks can be assigned so that accountability is established within the employees. Resources are deployed appropriately. If you look into the job titles within an organization, so it starts, if you go from the top to the bottom, it's directors, following by senior management, middle management, team leaders, operative workers or staff, following by the employees. But the reporting line always goes from downward to the upward of the hierarchy. So it goes from employees to their operatives, to their team leaders, middle management, passing through the senior management and reaching to the directors of the organization. If you look into the hierarchies, there are two types of hierarchies within an organization. Some are tall, some are flat. Tall structure includes many layers of management with slow span of control, whereas the flat hierarchy follows fewer layers of management with wider span of control. Horizontal differentiation. So organization can also be grouped according to their functional grouping, their process grouping, the product or the service grouping, the customers, their market grouping, the geographical grouping, or it can be a combination of two or more, which is known as the matrix grouping. If you look into the divisional structure, these are mainly classified by product diversification. So the business may grow and take on new lines of their product. It can be the geographical spread as well. The business may now have or operate in different regions or countries. So each division may operate as a separate profit center, like its own business. So this will be calculating each division's profit or loss separately. If we have a look into the typical functional structure of the organization, on top we have the managing director, under whom we have the operation director and the sales and marketing director. So under sales and marketing, usually we have the salesman, whereas under operational director, we have the secretary. Following that, we have different team leaders. If you look into the screen, we have team leaders for food, clothing, and electronic. And if you look into each one of them, so if under the team leader of clothing, we got several employees working under. So this is also known as the divisional structure of reconfiguration. In the decision-making process, there are two types. One is centralized, the other one is decentralized. So in centralized decision-making process, the decision remains in the hands of a small number of people at the top of the organization. This refers usually to the higher management of the company. In decentralization structure, decision-making is delegated and spread more widely. If you look into the functional organizational structure, it can be a project structure. So this can be bringing together a mix of people to solve a particular problem. It can be divisional structure as well. Product division or geographical divisions are also key structure to it. The last one is the matrix structure. So this might have two reporting line. Example, the functional and the divisional, or product divisional and the geographic location of the structure. If you look in depth for matrix structure, this creates two lines of reporting. As I mentioned earlier as well, it can be both maybe geographical and product grouping. So this can be at times complex organization needing to specialize in different ways. And this allows organization to communicate across departments and avoid the silo mentality. And this can also cause conflict for staff not knowing who to ultimately report or who has the ultimate authority. Thank you so much for listening.